Hey, Bunker Labs, welcome back to another all-in interview. I am really excited to invite our guest, or to welcome our guest, I should say, Lou Suseski. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So, Lou, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your business and how you're involved in our Bunker Labs family.
So, I am a former Army nurse and I own a promotional merchandise business and am a friend of Bunker and affiliated with Bunker West.
That's awesome. So, tell us a little bit about your business and the types of products that you have and what kinds of customers you also have.
Gotcha. We are actually a social purpose corporation, which is similar to a B Corp for Washington State. And in that, we have to uphold similar guidelines. It's just a little bit less stringent. We don't have to pay monthly dues or anything to the B Lab. But we focus on retail, higher end promotional products where companies then can give gifts that are more meaningful, have a better ROI. It's really targeting a specific feeling in a person. And that's like appreciation. You know, we want our guests to last. And in order to give gifts that don't get thrown away, you have to give something that makes somebody feel really good. And I mean, isn't that the point of gifts?
Absolutely. That's great. That's a great concept. So who do you target as customers right now, and what's changing maybe in your relationship with customers right now and still showing the importance and the conversations that you're having surrounding your products?
Yeah, so because our gifts are more morale boosting than they are about just giving something away and pushing a message, we're getting actually a lot more new clients than I really thought that we were going to. We work with large corporations. So those corporations that are having to do quite a bit of layoffs and then they have remote teams that aren't used to being remote, they're trying to find a way to make everybody feel like they're still part of their business and still part of their team and still really appreciated. And so those clients are reaching out to us and trying to find better solutions for their products.
That's great. And that also is kind of interesting about the different opportunities that certain businesses are seeing with what we're going on right now with the current pandemic. I'm sure that you deal with a lot of businesses and are surrounded by other entrepreneurs, specifically, in Seattle, it's kind of a vibrant entrepreneur network. But what is your advice for entrepreneurs that they should keep doing during this time where, the environment has really changed?
Yeah, well, really right now we're able to really see how focused we can get. We're knocking off all of these extravagant services and really focusing on our target client and really just focusing on our best, our A-time activities, doing exactly what we should be doing. And then if we take that into normal life, when it does resume, we automatically have a streamlined business. So just pay attention. I really suggest paying attention to what you're able to do right now in the current state. If you're still making progress, if you're still earning revenue under these conditions, you can earn more revenue under normal conditions.
Right. And what is the new normal? But I love that just reference to that action of streamlining your business, like you're talking about, and how you're actively doing that by really, focusing on certain services. So the caveat to that is, what should entrepreneurs stop doing?
Oh gosh. Well, I think what we're able to see more as we're streamlining is all the things that we were doing to earn extra revenue, because as entrepreneurs, we have these businesses, we need to earn revenue, we need to figure out different ways to grow our businesses, and so that broadens our client base. It broadens our kind of scope of practice, and sometimes that gets diluted. And so I really suggest that we look at how many of those are little things that we're doing are extravagant and something that we can actually get rid of, like which ones of those are money making, which ones of those are not, and then which ones of those really speak to your message. So for me, you know, if we're having sales of some item I don't necessarily believe in, some plastic, you know, knockoff water bottle or something like that, and somebody's asking for those, were we in the past saying, you know, maybe we'll decide, let's talk about this, but, you know, refocusing and bringing that back to our messaging where, no, we actually don't provide that. If you want to give a gift that is higher end and a little bit more personal, that's where we thrive. And then just getting rid of some of the other extra spinning and extra work.
Well, it's also to your previous point about focus, about not trying to be everything to everybody, and really staying true to your brand and your messaging. And I think that's actually a perfect example, the plastic water bottle, you know, which are a dime a dozen as gifts and things. And, you know, looking at opportunities, like you were saying at the beginning, what is this an opportunity for entrepreneurs to start doing in their business?
Oh, well, I think building around your messaging, when you do have that solid core, solid focus on what you're doing, it's a great place to start. Setting yourself up for success. I know we're going to talk about it in a little bit about the recommended resources, but
go for it.
Mike M has this book, Profit First, where, and then he has another one, the pumpkin plan. So both of these books really talk about narrowing in on your message and focusing on your ideal client. And then the Profit First system is setting you up to be able to support yourself within your own resources, not having to go to the bank for, you know, financing, not having to put everything on credit cards. And so if you can start really doing those types of activities and really being focused, I think it'll set you up for long-term success. I know that we were able to sustain and keep our employees during this period because we did have revenue from previous quarters that had been put into a profit account that we're able to streamline and just stay the course. You know, we may not be growing, we may not be you know, doing anything outrageous. We are getting, again, like I said, we are getting new clients. The orders are a little bit smaller because teams are smaller. So, but we are staying pretty level because we really prepared for this.
That's great too, just as a point for preparation, right? Of preparing yourself and these new opportunities, what it's allowing for companies to see they need to maybe prepare for, which is what we were discussing earlier prior to this call. So, you know, you mentioned your resources, and I will drop a link below for Mike M's website and tools and books. We're not going to try to say his last name, Lou and I decided. But Lou, last word to you is, you know, what can this community help with your business? What can we help spread the word on? And what is your, you know, kind of last piece of what we can do for entrepreneurs during this time?
Well, I think really coming together and owning our ability, those of us that can work are doing the job of people who are continuing, are persisting through this, and being able to be redefined. Like I know that right now there's a lot of perception of what businesses are predatory in this environment, and what businesses, you know, small businesses that people can help, and where the difference is for the buyer and the consumer. it's really readily, easily available when you're looking at your, favorite diner and the lights are off, and your favorite servers are home, with a GoFundMe account. But then when it comes to businesses like mine and other Bunker Labs entrepreneurs, we do have services that can still be utilized, and the B2B community was really hit before the retail community because businesses stopped spending before the private sector, before people stopped spending money. And so I think the message does need to get out that business spending, like, choose to work with small businesses, and just like you would in your personal life, choose to work with a small vendor, small grocery store. Try doing that when you're looking at businesses to work with in business as well.
I love that point. That is a great ending point as well, of just to look to each other, to work with each other as well, as entrepreneurs. Lou, thank you so much for taking time. I'm sure you're busy, like everyone else, and taking new clients, and we wish you all the luck.
Yeah, thanks, Liz.